she was poor. She had no months ago. Written by cool students who have something to say, who have a voice.
Because there's a lot of diversity here in the Valley, and obviously you can see that I'm one of those folks, and so that's always been real important to me. Here's what I want to do. I don't know. I want to show you a PowerPoint that I think affects your lives and careers more than anything else I can imagine. I want your honest reaction. In other words, I'm here to listen to you. So let me kind of tell you what I'm talking about. Then I'll show you. And then I'll show you what I showed you. And then we'll talk about it. Because it takes usually 3 times to hear something before it really sinks in. You should have employability skills that make you desirable to anybody and everybody that you get to choose that you want to be about. And all too often that's not happening, and I think that's our fault, it's not your fault. So that would mean the system would have to change. We'd have to move from seat time and promotion from grade to grade. In other words, you know, everybody starts at kindergarten at age 5, right? Well, why? If you're not ready, why are you doing that? Some are ahead of that, but they should start early. Some students get to high school and probably by their junior year they're finished. On the other hand, some students need more time, maybe even a semester more, maybe even a year more, in some cases maybe 2 years more, in order to walk out the door like I described. Workforce, military, college, or job ready. And if you ask them, they're very confident that they have it. So I think if you had more time, you could maybe get to that level. That means a whole change in our system. Because we'd have parents that wouldn't quite understand that. Some of you might not like staying longer or leaving earlier. I don't know. That's what I want your reaction to. We have to communicate all over the community, to parents, to everybody to understand what is this change about and why. And students would have to feel a part. In order to make it work, it's probably 3 years worth of work with students, parents, teachers, everybody involved in help shaping what we're just talking about. So for that, let me show you the PowerPoint. We want to prepare our students for success. That's the bottom line. We have four goals: improve student achievement and performance, increase the graduation rate, welcome families and community members, and create and maintain a safe and healthy environment. And that's all assessed by annual objectives that are tied to metrics. Each week, I get a report card just like you do. The board scores me, and I report to them every quarter on how we're making progress on the objectives. And it's all public for me, so everybody can see whether we're successful. However, for me to be successful, I have to rely on everyone around in this room, professionals. I don't teach classes. I don't run the school. So it's a team effort. So you want to move from seat time and promotion from grade to grade. In other words, you don't just move because you're a year older. You move because you know the material comfortably. You don't have to get an A. And graduation is reached when you can get to about 80% mastery of coursework. And that's no mastery learning, no playing games, whatever the teachers call an A, B, or C, that's all we're looking for. And you're somewhere around 80%. And then when you graduate, you have at least 80% mastery of employability stuff. Simple stuff. Be on time. Be dependable. Be reliable. Work well with people who are like and different from yourselves. Right? Be able to monitor your own, get up, go to bed, take care of your own affairs, keep a calendar like I keep right here. So you keep your when are my due dates for my exams and my tests. You monitor your life, your own life. You don't need anybody to do that. That's a person that's employable. That's a person that's ready for the military, college, the world of work, or any other place. And believe me, when employers see those people, they hire them immediately. Because when you walk out of the doors as a 12th grader, suddenly you're on your own, depending on where you want to go. And so you have to have employability skills. Now, what are those? What are some employability skills? Quickly. Being on time. Reliability. Organization.
Actually knowing what you say.
Determination. Knowing what you're supposed to do. We want to move from seat time and promotion from grade to grade. 2, graduating by at least 80% mastery whenever you get there. You might get there in 2 or 3 years of high school, then you can leave. 80% reaching employability skills, and we have to figure all this out. And so if a student is very sharp and bright, why do they need to stay around here for that maybe the 12th grade, maybe even 11th grade if they're ready to go do something else, if they got totally accomplished in both those areas? On the other hand, how many of you know students who are in your classes now, have been in your classes, who got moved from grade to grade and either didn't know the material or were way behind? Anybody know any of those? One day you're a senior and the next day you're out there. Are you ready to go to college? Are you ready to go to the world of work? Are you ready for the military? And most of all, do they want you? Because when they talk to you, you have it together. And it doesn't take long for somebody to figure out if you've got it together. One of the major things for every student is figure out the rules for this place and then follow them, and you're probably going to be successful. We have to tie some of this to research. When we're trying to increase student achievement, we like to reduce the dropout rate to 1% or less, increase the graduation percent to 99% or higher. We want to standardize grading practices and define employability skills and come up with how we grade that. We have what we call responses intervention. That simply means lots of different options for you to get it, whatever get it is, wherever it is. And then the next one, we also talk about standardizing behavior, from building to building, where everybody in the building's performing the same kind of way, and we all hold certain standards, and you know clearly what they are. Nobody has to guess about anything. It makes it easier to navigate around. That means we got a lot of professional development we'll have to do with the principals, teachers, classified employees, central administrators, and students. Because if you notice, I have you guys involved here. So, that's a big change in our system. So I'd like to know what you think. Let me show you a couple of other things before we go any further. Early College Alliance. That's something that if you're prepared as a senior to go to college, you should be able to go to college. And that money that we would get for you should go to the college that you're getting here now. We have right now CLEP tests. Everybody know what those are? They're college level examination programs. We have, 18 of them? There's 32, we offer 18 of them. It says if you think I can pass Algebra 2, you say, oh really? All right, well here's the exam. You can pass this exam, you can get credit for Algebra 2. Why spend time in a class when you already know the material? So we've made that an option for students. We try to do more and more things to make this work. If we're going to be successful and win the American public over, every time somebody walks out of the school door, they need to have a certain level of mastery in their academic courses, no game playing, and a certain level of employability skills. Develop it. Those are my questions. How do you think and how do you feel about what I just showed you? Yes?
I don't know. I've been to several different schools, and this school is, it's easier to do things with your time here because it's not focused. You have unlimited time or as fast as you want to do your school here. And if all the schools did that, it'd make it easier for everybody because it's not really a time schedule. Yeah, you have grades, but I mean, there's a couple super seniors in here and it doesn't really matter to them. It's just a title that they put on them and it doesn't mean anything. It's when you're done with school, you're done with school, and you can take your own time and learn everything. I like it.
If we can get a bunch of adults sat down, a bunch of people of importance, just giving a rough estimate, How long do you think it will take to try and change this system from what we have?
Changing everything, I think, is 3 years, and I say 3 years because if we are able to get some additional money to help us, foundations will give you money for 3 years. And it can't be ongoing money. We have to get the job done during that period of time.
Do you truly believe that 3 years we can accomplish that? Do you really think that we can get, because I mean, there's the line between idealism and realism, and I mean, I'm a dreamer. I really am. In a perfect, heck, even a semi-perfect world, we want everybody to work together and be able to communicate and get on that level and go, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to do it. We can do this. We got this. But honestly, I'm going to put my own idealism on the line here and say, I'm not sure that that's going to be enough.
Usually to institutionalize something, that means it becomes a part of the culture, a part of everything that goes on. Probably 5 to 10 years before you'll be totally there. But 3 years, I think we could lay it out, plan it, and get it moving. So that's a great question.
Allow for more time. I mean, personally, I know smart kids tend to be the best at slacking off. I became very, very proficient at procrastination within my senior year. And I know that if you allow for that kind of time as a wide rule, as an overscope to an entire school of students who grow and progress at their own time, even the smart kids are going to fall behind a little bit.
Good point.
Start realizing and start weeding out and finding out who has the determination, which will count for your employability skills of what kind of student you are. If you have the choice to, if I can master this and be done with my senior classes done by sophomore and junior year, then that should reflect on your students, your grade on your transcripts, saying that you have the motivation, you have the ability to learn everything you need to catch on.
So important.
It's because they know that they can do that and still be proficient in that course. Because with what he's saying, it'll push them where if they are proficient, but they don't have to stay there, they can move on. That could, I mean, it's really all speculation, but it could push them to not be
Good
stuck.
point.
But to kind of cut off the incentive to, like, if you will, master the other 20% that's above the 80.
Oh yeah, and I only did that because we're saying that is the minimum standard. We certainly will hope that people strive for 100%.
But if you're working so fast to push the students out of the building, why will, like, what's to make them stay and work on that 20%?
Well, I'm not, yeah, that's the part you help us figure out. We're not trying to push them out of the building. You know, to go early? No. But we have, how many have watched seniors kind of fritter away their senior year because they really know it all, they already have it all, and they're just kind of here. And you get senioritis, and I got a senior grandson who's a senior in high school, and the last 3 or 4 months have just been plain tedious. He could have been gone the semester and he'd been better off. Yes.
See, I think that with the students who excel and are able to graduate early, with them graduating early, that leaves more time instead of focusing on those students because they've already left. So you have, instead of putting your attention on the ones who have already left and excelled, then you can focus a little bit more on the students who are struggling and the students who do need help.
They don't have a lot. They're not living well. But if you give them the skills that they need and connect it with how can I use these skills and go forward, that's how you get them out of that. You give them hope to see something different. And that's where this comes in.
Well, okay, I don't want to take a lot of your time. We're just about coming to the end of the time. This has been very helpful. Let me talk a little bit about next steps. You might ask me, well, what are you going to do about this? You're just going to go around and talk to people? No. This June, the board has a retreat. I'm going to present this to the school board. I've already presented to them, but I'm going to present it to them in a more formal way. Would you approve me talking to foundations and corporations, see if they'll give us a little bit of money, because we've costed out what we think it would take to do this. So that's one of the points. That'd be a next step, and that'll happen at the end of June. And once that happens, then I'll start talking to, if they do that, foundations, talking to the State Department, talking to corporations to see if they'll help us a little bit, explain it to them. Probably bring some students so that it's not just me talking. If that happens, then next year, the year after, we'll really go to work. And I'll probably come back and say, I'd like a couple of students who would sit with the adults and help us figure this out.
You need to understand that this is the very first time that we've had a superintendent
Thank you.